I'm here with Mary Ann Hewitt. Mary Ann, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
I went on the website. I learned of Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
I know that he passed away in 2011.
Yes.
And this event is dedicated to his memory.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about Marcus.
Well, Marcus was someone who was just full of life, full of energy. He loved music, and he loved this property right here. And we're set up really in his favorite spot. And you know, this was a working farm for many years, and we didn't really use this part of the property. And whenever he decided, sorry,
You're doing fine.
he basically wanted everybody to come together and celebrate life.
Right.
And we decided to do it right here. And he was just somebody who loved people. And
Did he tell you that during his illness?
He did. He did.
Like this
he wanted everybody. He wanted a party.
Good.
And he didn't want anything formal. He didn't want us to go to some fancy schmancy event hall.
Mm-hmm.
He said just have it at a place where people can come together, have some music, enjoy some good food, and have a good time. And that's what we did.
The other thing I know is that this event is dedicated to cancer victims, to hospice,
Yes.
and to cancer research. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, you know, Marcus, he didn't know that he had cancer, and the symptoms of kidney cancer really are, they sneak up on you.
I see.
And so we decided that, you know, the first time we had the party, everybody just had a good time, and I called it Marcaroo because he loved music, and I named it after Bonnaroo.
Okay.
And everybody loved it so much they wanted to come back and do it again. And so we decided that if we're going to get that many folks together, let's do something for a good cause.
Yeah.
And that's how Marcaroo started. And so each year we make a decision on what is most needed at the time. And hospice and Duke Cancer Research Center was very near and dear to our heart because that's where Marcus spent a lot of his time.
I see.
And so we've, and then last year we gave it to a current survivor of breast cancer. So we just, whatever's pulling on our heart at that time.
Absolutely. Mary Ann, thank you for being with us, and thanks for doing what you do.
Thank you, appreciate it.
Bye now.
Thanks for being here.
Thanks.
The danger he braved and the black on his face were the marks of the man who loved him. Sirens all sounded on a winter.
We're here with Steve Varnum. I met Steve a few minutes ago. Steve is a builder of instruments, and he's got a couple with us here today. Is that right, Steve?
Yes, sir.
Tell us about these and how you got involved.
Well, I think around back to 2010, I saw a video on YouTube, a guy playing a cigar box guitar. And I thought it was really interesting, and I wanted to try my hand at it then, and I never got around to it. And, you know, and I wasn't much of a woodworker, but
You became one, though, didn't you?
yes, sir, I did. Me and a partner of mine, I came back up, and I saw him, and I met up with him, and we've gotten together and started making some guitars.
So do you work in your garage or in your?
Yeah, I do it right on my back porch,
All
or
right.
if we go over to his place, in his garage, you know, just
Now
anywhere I can.
You
really.
brought a handful of them with you today.
Yes, sir.
Let's talk about each one. Let's talk about this one first. This is this is a classic cigar box.
Yes, sir.
All right. Tell me a little bit more about this. It's suitable to play as an electric instrument.
Right. This is more set up like a traditional 6-string guitar would be.
All right.
It can be played. It's got the frets, so it can be played fretted, or it
Yep.
can be played with a slide. It's got electric magnetic pickup in it, you know, with the volume and tone.
So it's ready to plug in and play.
It's ready to go.
Okay. All right. How about this one over here?
Now this is more what they would have had at the very beginning. This is called a diddley bow.
And I asked you about it a few minutes ago, but I want you to tell our audience about it.
This is a diddley bow. It's one string stretched over a broomstick. You know, I've got a hose clamp here as a bridge.
Yep.
And as a nut, I'm sorry, and then I've got the, a nut back here as the bridge, so they're kind of reversed. But
Right, and I asked you if Bo Diddley has anything to do with this, and you said
that's where he got his name. He learned how to play this, and that's where he got his name, playing the diddley bow. Back then, you know, it would have been a couple of nails driven into a 2x4,
Right.
stretched over a Coke bottle
Yeah.
or a beer bottle, and they probably would have played it in their lap, you know, like a lap steel.
Yeah, right.
That's where that came from. This is probably, this is the most traditional, probably my favorite piece I made.
I'm not sure if Bo Diddley's still alive, but that's a tribute to him.
Yes, sir.
Now you've made some others.
I have made some others. more this style. We really just started out. We've been making them for a couple of months. So I'm trying to build up a nice arsenal of them.
Yeah. Do you want to sell them, or are you just interested in making them?
We sell them.
Good.
We can be contacted on Facebook at Smoky CBG.
That's just where I was going. Give us that one more time.
Smoky CBG on Facebook.
Right.
SMOKY CBG
Right.
stands for Cigar Box Guitar.
Good. Steve Varnum, thanks for being with us.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
No problem.
Yeah. I'm here with Ralph Stanley II, and it's a great thrill to be with you, Ralph.
Jim, it's a pleasure to be with you. Thanks for inviting me over to speak with you.
You fellas are about to perform, and we're glad to get just a couple of minutes of your time and talk about what you do and where you're going these days.
Well, we're real glad to be here with Mark and Marianne and Nellie at the Marcaroo Festival. And this is a really great cause, and their son passed away with cancer.
That's true.
And they started this in his honor 5 years ago, and so they've been big fans of us for a while, and we're and friends, and we're thankful to be able to come down and help out.
That's wonderful.
And we'll be in Columbia, South Carolina, actually tomorrow. And
good.
So we're kind of busy out on the road a little bit.
Our viewers won't know it, but I grew up on bluegrass music.
Yeah.
And I remember your dad so well.
Yes, sir.
He's Dr. Stanley to me.
Yeah.
Tell me how he's
Stanley.
doing.
Well, he's doing a little bit better than he was. He's had a rough 4 to 5 weeks, but he's coming out of it, and hopefully get back on the road some soon.
Well, that's good. Our prayers are with him every single day.
That. Sure do.
Dr. Stanley is one of the greats of all times, and we appreciate him every day.
There's no way you can beat him in old time mountain bluegrass music. They just ain't nobody I've ever heard or ever will be.
Well, and we were talking just a second ago about his brother Carter.
Yes, sir. My uncle.
Many of our viewers won't know that they played together for years and years.
They played together for 20 years.
Okay.
And then
Right.
Carter, my Uncle Carter passed away.
Yeah.
Which will be 49 years, December the 1st.
How about that?
And Dad's been on his own ever since, and keeping the music alive, and actually probably took it a little farther back, deep in the mountains, And,
He did indeed.
And really done well.
Yeah. Ralph, I know that you're from the bluegrass family, but what's your first recollection of bluegrass music?
Well, was hearing the 8-tracks and LPs of the Stanley Brothers and Bill Monroe and stuff like that. My dad really liked Bill, and so I started loving it at a young age. And my mother also, she'd play a lot of George Jones, and I always loved that. And
Yep.
I always enjoyed hearing Keith Whitley.
Sure, I remember.
Sang
Keith.
with my dad on them old records, and then I enjoyed his country music that he cut through the 80s there. And so yeah, I was blessed to grow up hearing some pretty good bluegrass and country music. You know. Yeah.
When did you start performing?
Well, I went on stage when I was 2 years old for the first time.
Come on.
And believe it or not, I actually sang a little song, and then played probably had a banjo or something then, and got up to about 5 or 6 years old and decided a guitar might be the best route to start. I felt good with the guitar, and then got up to probably 11 or 12 and kind of started getting decent on a guitar.
On stage as a regular by then, I'm sure.
Yeah, well, I traveled with them all through the years, but I never was real serious. I was just a kid. But when I got about 12, I started realizing, I would like to sing lead for my dad. So I was blessed to do that for a long time. And I was about 15 and a half and started singing lead. And
Ralph, I know you're getting ready to perform, so I'll say thank you for being with us.
Yeah, Jim, thank you.
Thank you for carrying on the great tradition of bluegrass music.
Everybody out there watching, be sure if you don't get to make it this year, I think this is an annual event.
It is.
So everybody remember to come out and support them here at Marcaroo, and don't forget about our big festival we do in Coburn, Virginia, Dr. Ralph Stanley's Hills of Home.
Ralph Stanley II, thank you so much.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, sir. We thank you for being with us. We've had a great time presenting the show to you. We hope you'll tune in again next month on ATMC television. In the meantime, enjoy the Bluegrass Misfits as we close out our program. Thanks again. See you soon.
I believe my path is growing wearier each day. Still travel likewise, don't you feel alone. I will be the first one that you see. I'll be waiting